What?
Even if I
So,
built it.
so people who want to build their PC, or they're like, oh, I want to build it, but I'm scared that I'm going to mess it up. Is it difficult to build a PC?
I think the most difficult part is definitely like getting the motherboard and the CPU in,
Yeah.
which is like the first part,
Right.
essentially. So once that's done with, you'll be fine. But that part is painstakingly annoying and terrifying. And I think that the worst thing is it's just like really expensive Legos. Just don't be afraid. Just you could like watch YouTube videos, have a friend come help you. I had Logan and Noah helping me, and we all just built it together on my floor. And just take your time and don't be afraid to like ask questions or ask for help or watch videos, like I said. So
It can
once
be.
you do it once, you can do it again.
Yeah, but it can be very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
I've ruined a few CPUs, but
Oh,
well,
it's awful.
yeah, we won't talk about that.
Okay.
Thermal paste is not my friend sometimes.
Oh God.
Yeah, put a little too
Thermal
much.
paste. I got a
Yeah.
bunch of thermal paste on my hand like a month ago when I was replacing the CPU. I was like, no! Ah! I'm gonna
Should,
die!
shouldn't be harmful, hopefully. If we have like weird green stuff growing out of our hands, we know why. We're like, oh, well,
And it's
yeah.
Fallout 4.
So you built your PC. So if people haven't watched your stream or don't know who you are, to explain who is Logan? Because you've mentioned him many times.
That's my
Just,
boyfriend.
it's your boyfriend. Just to be clear, because they're probably like, she keeps mentioning this Logan dude. Is that her
He's some
brother?
dude that just follows me around. You know, baby.
Follows her around, builds her PC, teaches her how to game, and then just kicks her out.
Exactly.
Then you're just like, all right, you can go now.
This guy. No, you can stay. It's fine.
Now, now that you actually got your PC built, after I'm sure much excitement, you're out of high school now. You playing League. Is this when you decide to stream, or are you playing other games now? Where are you at?
Out of high school, I started going to community college and working and hating it. And I was still playing League. Um, I don't really know. I think I was also playing Dota as well. I played a lot of Dota 2. Must have been during the mostly season 4 of League. So that was probably the majority or the first half of 2014 because
Okay.
I graduated in 2013. I worked, bought my PC, was still working at a retail job and pretty much exclusively playing Dota and TF2 and League, just silly things with my friends. Um, and I didn't jump right into streaming when my PC was built. No.
Hmm. So nothing like won your heart though. You were just like playing all kinds of games, just trying
Yeah,
to.
pretty much.
So when did you? I'm guessing you found Twitch first. Did you find Twitch first, or did you just jump right into streaming?
Oh no, I found Twitch.
You found Twitch.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Was it your boyfriend, or you just somebody was like, watch this, or was it the League of Legends stuff that?
It was League. It was LCS actually. Back when I cared about LCS. I have always loved Odd One. I think Odd One is adorable and hilarious, and he's like a super tiny guy, and he just reminds me of Noah, which is weird because I don't like Noah. I love Noah, but we give each other shit all the time. But yeah, no, I was watching LCS one day, and I think I was watching it on the League website. I don't quite remember, and probably clicked on the video player, and it took me to Twitch or something. I'm not quite sure, but regardless, so I figured out about the website, and then I figured out that Odd One had his own stream, and I didn't know that pro players streamed on their own time without being in a professional match.
Mhm.
And so I started watching Odd One stream and started watching it with Logan and things like that. And I was like, he's got all he's doing is sitting in front of his he's just doing this. And he's just has a webcam and he's playing games. I was like, that looks like fun. Logan's like, why can't you do that? And I was like, oh no, 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 I can't do that. He's a professional. He's like, no, you should do that. You should do it. Buy a webcam. Do it. You just got a new PC. Like, do it. And I guess I bought a webcam and I just decided to do it and it was weird. So Odd One.
S-
Yeah, Odd One was what
s-
found me Twitch.
Wow, interesting. So would he be your motivation to also be like the reason you stream?
At this point, I'd have to say no.
No.
Not he was the inspiration, but I think the motivation to continue streaming had to have been Logan telling me to do it.
Okay. So beforehand, when you say you're an Odd fan, does that mean you're also a TSM fan? If you had to pick an LCS team you support?
I guess so. I don't. They're all. It's not the TSM I remember. Like they're all new, and I don't keep track of LCS at all anymore. I think like C9's kind of cool. I guess.
Uh,
I have no idea.
You're like, oh, please don't hate me. I don't watch it anymore.
Not anymore. My mods all watch it, so like sometimes they'll talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, that guy, the one with the hands that does the stuff. Cool.
So, so does that mean you're not going to go to Worlds? Like Worlds is in the United States? No, you're not.
No, probably
Not
not.
at all. Okay. Just making sure, you know.
I
My
mean, like if suddenly I had a way to Worlds, and I'm like I wouldn't try to get to Worlds because I'd rather just stay here and stream, I guess.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, so once you get into streaming now, you're doing it. It's new. It's fresh.
Hmm.
What was your first reaction? You're like when people were started coming in. You're playing. I'm guessing you're playing League
Yeah.
on Twitch. So how did that feel? Like you're live. Anything you do is like any mistake you do or anything. It's just boom right there.
Crazy daunting and terrifying. I mean, I'd like to say that as I am right now, am I allowed to say the F word?
Yeah, you can
Okay,
swear all you
okay.
want.
Like as I am right now, like I don't give a fuck on my stream. I really don't. And I'd like to say that I was like that back then as well, but I wasn't. I was very afraid of what people thought of me or afraid of making mistakes or having people like me. I wanted everyone to come into my stream to like me, and if someone didn't like me, I was like, "No, no, why? I can make this better. Why don't you like me?" And so I was very much scared of messing up or offending anyone or saying the wrong things or playing the wrong games or doing the wrong thing, having the wrong graphics. And it was scary. But at the same time, I met like a lot of amazing people right off the bat
Hmm.
who would play League with me. And at this point, um, my all my friends that I played League with were back into a Dota phase, so I had no one to play with. And so through streaming, by playing viewer games, I had people every day who would want to play with me. And those people would stay and come back and play more games and we become friends and it was just became less scary over time once you realized that there was this big space between you and like someone who was being a jerk in your chat. You just were like, "Oh wow, suddenly I don't care." So you just you I guess yeah, once I figured it out that I could play with these people that I care about and that I was having fun with, the rest like just didn't matter and I just started having fun with it.
That's a good way to look at it. Like, so don't let the trolls get to you.
Yeah,
Ignore the
like
trolls.
they don't matter. Like they're like that's the best thing they're doing with their day. Really? Really?
Hey,
Ugh.
some of them have really, really good dedication. Not
Mm.
not to give them props, but
Oh no,
they're
there's
really good.
some those are the interesting ones.
I guess you could say they're interesting.
There's
Trolls.
as a streamer, you get a lot of the same thing
Yeah.
over and over and over again, especially as a female streamer, you know. Um, so sometimes when someone puts a little bit more effort in, you're like, you're not just an asshole, you're an interesting asshole. Ban. So they get banned either way. It's just sometimes it's refreshing.
There you go, guys. Got to step up your game. Come up with new content.
Don't do that. Don't
Don't,
do
yeah, don't do
that.
that. I'm just kidding.
Or do it to me, not other nice streamers. Like they don't deserve that.
So when you say you were nervous, when you say you're just starting out and it's really daunting, did you have the mindset that streaming is going to be your job, streaming is going to be end all be all? Like, was that your main focus, or you're just like, oh, this is for
Nope.
fun right now?
It was I just every
Pure,
when I was playing games, I just turned on my webcam. It
yeah,
was all fun,
all fun.
just a hobby and stuff to do when I wasn't in class. So I had no idea it would turn into this. Not a clue.
Not a clue. So let's start talk about your theme because it's changed over time from when I first started watching you. First, let's talk about Lords of the Rings. We got to get this out of the way. You were a huge Lords of the Rings fan. You,
Yes.
we were just talking about this right before the recording, you know. So guys, if you have like one specific random question about Lords of the Rings, Rachel here will do a fantastic job. She's like, no,
No.
we were just talking. No, but she is a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Can you explain, like, why is Lord of the Rings such a big part of, you know, why do you like it so much? Why is it so dear to you?
I just, it's so, this is so cheesy. It's just so like magical, I guess. And just, I grew up watching the movies over and over and over and over again. And then as I got older, I watched them over and over and over again. And when they always made me feel just like really warm and happy inside. And I connected really well with a lot of the characters. And I've always been a huge like fantasy fan, I
Mhm.
guess. And just how deep the story goes was always amazing to me. And when I was 14 or 15, 14, 15-ish, that's when I got diagnosed with depression. And I those movies always made me feel better, no matter how crappy I felt or how like dark everything seemed. I'd watch those movies and it was just like waking up and feeling better. And so they've always been like a salvation or an escape to me, and I love them. I love them.
Before we talk a little bit on your depression and streaming and how that all happened, so you have a ring. You actually have the ring. You
I'm
ring
not
spam.
wearing it right now.
Oh, jeez.
It's in the bathroom. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's
I do have this one.
there. You go.
I've got this one. This was actually a gift from my mods. It's from the Weta Workshop,
Oh,
and it's an actual replica, oop, wrong way, of the ring, and it's in a really nice wooden case that has the inscription of the ring around it, and it's just, they got it for me for Christmas, and I love it. It's beautiful. And the ring is very heavy too.
that is actually surprising. That must be a very, very expensive piece there. Very,
I,
very nice piece
yeah,
too.
it's fabulous, and I love them a lot for getting it for me.
The other ring she wears, she just also wears because, you know, Lord of the ring spam. That's kind of your thing there.
Oh yeah.
But going into depression now, how did that play a role? Like you're depressed. Were there days that you didn't want to stream? Were there days on stream where you were depressed? And
Mhm.
did people get to you, or what? I don't even know how to explain. Like, was it really difficult just to turn on the camera some days and just be like, "Well, I'm gonna stream today," or
Oh yeah, it's still difficult 2 years later. Back, I mean, 2 years ago, um, I just graduated high school, or I guess a little bit over 2 years ago. Um, anyways, I didn't know how to deal with people on Twitch who were hateful and like rude and things like that. So, someone would come into my stream and say like, "Oh, you're like, I don't know, what's a Twitch insult?" I don't know. Someone comes in, calls you bad, says you're ugly, says that, you should stop streaming. Just, stupid, basic insults. And you sit there on stream and you laugh them off and you're an idiot, get out of my chat. But, 2 years ago, I'd turn off stream, and even if people would follow me or like donate to me or say super amazing, beautiful things to me, in the end, I'd turn off the camera and all those hateful comments would just come rushing back. And it sucked because for a while, I really let that kind of thing get to me, and I wouldn't want to turn on the camera. I wouldn't want to turn on the stream. I just sit there in bed, especially when I had a schedule that I started following, sit there in bed, stare up at the ceiling and say like, just why am I putting myself out there for people to treat me like shit? Like what's the point if I'm just going to end every single stream feeling like crap? Um and as time goes on, the depression, it's still there. It's always going to be there, but you learn how to manage it. And everyone manages their depression differently, and that's something that I feel like a lot of people don't understand who don't have depression. It's everyone handles it differently. Everyone has different ways they feel depression. It's It's like a fingerprint. It's everything's different, you know, or like a snowflake, as cheesy as that is. But it's like I learned how to handle it more, and I learned how to handle the people on the internet who were so hateful. And again, going back to the whole thing of realizing why I wanted to keep streaming is for the people that come into my stream who are so loving and so, I guess, open-minded and have such big hearts. Their personalities and their comments trample over the shitty ones every single day. And there are still days when it gets to me sometimes, but in the end, when I turn off the camera, I don't ever feel like, oh God, why am I putting myself out there like that? I don't feel that anymore. But there are still some days when someone comes in and they'll say something mean, and I'm like, you know what? Just no, not today. But it's more like anger instead of sadness now, 2 years down the road. I'm like, why? Why?
Gonna start smashing their head in. Just like,
God, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just take these off and come through my computer and just stop it. Why'd your mom not, like, I don't know. Just I'm gonna call your mom and have her punch you in the face. This is dumb.
So, to kind of follow up with that, for people that are suffering from depression, is there anything you want to say to them specifically? People who do struggle, who because you can relate, you like, you don't want to get out of bed. There's just days you didn't want to get out of bed. There's days where you didn't want to do anything. And
Yeah.
is there something that you want to say to them specifically, or help them out that helped you along the line? And like you said, I know you said that everybody's different. Everybody copes with
Hmm.
it differently, and everybody feels depressed differently. But
Yeah.
is there something that?
Don't be ashamed of it. When I was diagnosed with depression, the first the first thing I thought was like, God, I'm pathetic. Like, of course, I have depression. That's pathetic, and I'm useless, and I'm weak. Like that you're not. No matter how long you've had it, how deeply it affects you, you are not weak, and it's okay to feel your emotions. It's okay to be sad or to be angry or lonely or to not feel anything. Because some people don't feel anything when they're suffering through depression. It's fine to feel what you're feeling, accept that you're feeling that, work through it, and just know that it won't last forever. It may not ever completely go away, but it won't last forever. And there are people, whether you feel like there are or not, who do care about you. So that's what gets me through a lot.
Well, not to make it such a depressing interview or sad moment. That's very very inspirational. I hope that if anybody does need help, you could also message me, or I'm sure if you visit Rachel's stream here, she's always willing to talk. As soon as like you say that you're having a bad day, she's there. She's on top of you. Like, what's wrong? Where? What do you need to message me?
Bad days are
But
shitty. We don't want
uh,
to have bad days, but
always good
everyone has them
days.
sometimes. So they're
That's true.
normal.
Those are normal. They just happen.
Hmm.
But to lighten up the conversation, to move into a more smoother thing, back into your Twitch, which it's hard thing to do. I understand. Your theme, your idea has changed a little bit over time. Now you have Corky. What's the session? I'm looking at your Twitch right now. He's got a cape on. He's got hair.
Hmm.
You're not no weird furry, are you? No weird
No.
furry. Okay.
The hair, the corgi with the hair, that was Cheyenne's idea. That's Coach, my artist. That was her idea to like personify me as a corgi. We came up with that idea at like 2, 3 in the morning. Where we thought, oh my god, how funny it would be with your about section was like you as like a corgi. And I think it kind of looks like a Muppet, so like Miss Piggy or something weird like that. But no, I'm not. I don't have like a weird. I don't want to be a corgi. So
Just to clear that up,
yes.
you do own a Corgi though, a Pippin,
Yes, I
right?
do. He's
Uh,
not in here right now, unfortunately.
and you got tons of Corgi stuff. You got the Corgi animal to your, I think it's your
All
right.
of these are gifts. I did not buy
Uh,
them.
you got the Corgi
I,
pillow.
just, I bought the real corgi, not the all the creepy stuffed animals around me.
Is there any just you always wanted a Corgi, or did you have a Corgi when you were younger, and it was just?
There's a little story behind this. Um, so a lot of my family lives in Montana. So pretty much every summer when I was a kid, we would go to Montana on a road trip, drive for like 13, 14 hours. And we were up, I don't remember, we were at a park of some sort, and there was a river. Lots of trees, lots of rocks, just really pretty ice cold river. My brother and I were playing in it. I must have been, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old. And this is so cheesy. I heard this bark. And I turned and I look, and there was this short, stocky, fat dog standing on a rock that was like protruding from the water, and there was just sun rays on it, and he looked beautiful. I turned, I looked at this dog, and I wanted him, and there was an old man that was with this dog, and I walked up to him, and I was like, "Excuse me, sir, I'm sorry to bother you, but what kind of dog is that?" He's like, "Oh, this is a Welsh Corgi." It was like, "Oh, all right, we're doing it." And the rest of the day, I just talked about this dog with the little legs, and he was a cool dog. He was like a really, almost like a buff Corgi. He was big old barrel chest, just really majestic looking guy, and he was beautiful. And I knew.
That's adorable. That's an adorable story. Like when you think about getting a dog, like I would never like you're just outside on vacation, playing in the water, and then you just turn and
There he is in
there.
slow motion.
Do you think? I know this is probably a silly question, but do you think the corgi is like your spirit animal in a way, like your? Yeah.
They're super needy and they're super annoying, and and I think the best thing is, I'm 6 feet tall, and corgis are like no feet tall, so we're physically opposite. So I think, opposites attract.
Well, it's very cute, very adorable, very story there.